What's up everyone, back for another beer review, and today I will be reviewing a beer from the new Belgium Brewing Company, and they're out of both Fort Collins, Colorado and Asheville, North Carolina, and this is their Accumulation, the 2021 release. So they're calling this one a Winter Hazy IPA that is dry hopped with Strata, Mosaic, Lotus and El Dorado hops. It comes in at 6.5% alcohol by volume, 70 IBUs, and at the time of review, this can is just over 6 weeks old. So we're gonna kick off the whole holiday themed beer review month, whatever you want to call it, with maybe a bang. I don't know. I wanted to do this one first because it's the only like hop forward beer that I'm reviewing as far as the holiday themed beers go. And yeah, I've never had this one before. I believe they released this one for the first time, I think it was 2016 or 17, and back then they called it a White IPA, so that is basically a mixture of a Belgian Witbier and American IPA, and they were brewing it with Mosaic and Amarillo hops. Now, they no longer call this one a White IPA, they call it a dry hopped hazy IPA, or a winter hazy IPA on the label. And I don't know if they've changed the recipe outside of the fact that I do know they changed the hops. It was Mosaic and Amarillo. Now it's Strata, Mosaic, Lotus, and El Dorado. So pretty big change there. They are using pale wheat malt. They did originally, and they still do into this one, according to their website anyway. But anyway, I wanted to give it a go because I've seen this one like the last 3 years on the shelf, and I just didn't pick it up for whatever reason. So this year I was like, let's do it. And it's relatively fresh, just over 6 weeks old. Pretty good. We're gonna pour it into the hashtag proper glassware, kind of. Not completely, but kind of. So yeah, it's pouring out like a hazy IPA, because that's what this is, according to them. It's a winter hazy IPA. So yeah, anyway, that actually pours out beautifully in the glass. That looks like an amazing beer. So this kind of looks like a Belgian Witbier. It has that really pale yellow, really bright sunshine yellow color to it. Very hazy. Like this head is immaculate. It looks creamy. It's about 1.5 fingers. It's bright white. It looks fantastic. I think we're gonna get some good. I can see a little bit of alcohol, like 6.5%. You usually don't see that. I just want to sit here and just appreciate the look of this beer because it looks fucking fantastic. And I think the lacing is going to be awesome too. We'll see. Anyway, let's get a nose. See if it has a Belgian Witbier kind of influence to it, or if it's just a winter hazy IPA. Okay, so I'm not really getting any Belgian Witbier qualities. I'm getting huge hop aromas here. So Strata is producing a little bit of a red berry. Some people say strawberry. I haven't really had Strata enough in hops. Coming back to review and just bringing back my channel within the last couple months, Strata's kind of popped off this year, so to speak, and I haven't been drinking most of this year. So Strata, to me, I've gotten berry in it, but not necessarily strawberry. I'm getting a little red berry here. Nice citrus tones, orange, tangerine, more juicy citrus qualities. There's a little underlying like earthy, slight dank, slight herbaceousness. Yeah, so red berries, nondescript red berries, orange, tangerine, big citrus tones, very juicy smelling. Dank, herbaceous, and earthy hop quality. Now the malt here, I'm just getting generic like wheat kind of sensation to the malt. It's just propping up all those hops. So this actually smells fucking really good, honestly. So let's get into it. Cheers, everybody, and happy holidays. So this is a little bit more bitter and dry than I anticipated based on the nose, but it's not bad. Body on this one at 6.5%. It's like lower side of medium, higher side of light. I think it's appropriate for the ABV. Maybe a little bit of a bigger body would be nice, but it's fine. And the mouthfeel is really creamy, really soft. Like I think they've nailed it as far as the mouthfeel is concerned. Yeah, it's spritzy. It has carbonation, but it has a really nice, smooth, creamy kind of finish to it. So the body, maybe a touch thin. The mouthfeel, I think, is appropriate and very nice. The taste, this is a very well-balanced, pretty tasty beer. It's nothing amazing, don't get me wrong, but it's super drinkable. So right at the forefront, I'm hit with that pale wheat malt. It has like a grainy wheat kind of sensation, and that's omnipresent underneath the tongue, like just sitting on the palate, below all the hop qualities. Right after I'm hit with that, I'm hit with a nice orange tangerine, zesty, pithy kind of bitterness. It's mixing in with a juiciness, so it's almost like you took a bite of an orange or a tangerine, but right through the skin and didn't peel it or anything. Middle of the palate, a little bit of a sweet red berry and like a touch of like a pineapple hits. Fades really quickly. On the back of the palate, I'm left with a moderate bitterness, a semi-dry finish, and there's a little bit of that like dank, earthy quality remaining on my palate. Smelling it, I thought it was going to be really sweet. Not like super sweet, but I thought it was going to be lean sweeter. But while it does have enough malt sweetness to kind of balance out that moderate bitterness and the moderate dryness, it's not crazy sweet. There's not too much sweetness. Like a lot of times up front on the palate, you'll get a lot of sweetness and hit with the bitterness on the back end. There's a nice generic sweetness all around. Dare I say omnipresent, just like the malt, and that would obviously make sense, the malt sweetness. But it never gets too sweet. That finish just cuts it from, becoming too sweet. And again, this isn't a really sweet beer to me. Really easy to drink. As you see, I poured most of it into the glass. I probably drank 4 or 5 ounces so far. Yeah, really well made, tasty, and kind of surprising me here. I don't think this is amazing. I don't think anyone's going to go and buy this beer looking for, a top tier hazy IPA. I think this is one of those grocery store beers, one of those bigger beer store beers where, maybe you're at the grocery store getting, some last minute ingredients for your holiday dinner. And then you're like, oh man, I really want something, some kind of hazy IPA. And you see this and it's appropriately priced and it's available pretty much everywhere New Belgium gets distribution. So you're like, yeah, I'm going to grab that. And that's what this one's for. But I'm really liking it more than I even thought I was going to. So not much more to say about 6.5%. You really can't even tell. Yeah, this is a good beer. Accumulation, the 2021 release from New Belgium. I'm going to go, straight 4 out of 5. That's a 4 out of 5 beer all day, every day. And if I take price point and availability in consideration, this is probably even higher. I paid, I think, like $1.89 or $1.79 for that can. I believe 6-packs in my area are anywhere between $10 and $11. That's a good deal for that beer. It's a really good deal in my opinion. And availability, wherever you see New Belgium, you should see this one. They've released it. I think it's 2017 they released it. Could have been 2016. I don't remember. But I do remember, like I said, this was brewed with Mosaic and Amarillo hops. They changed it up completely. This doesn't, to me, have any like Belgian Witbier kind of influences. I thought maybe I would get maybe like maybe the orange a little bit and the fact that it's brewed with Powell wheat malt, but it's not really hitting me like, oh, this is a hop-forward Belgian Witbier. So I feel like they've changed up this recipe based on what they're calling it now to what they used to call it. But who knows? If you've had this one before, the original release, anywhere between, I believe, 2017 and 19, let me know what you think about it. If you've had the current version and you also had the old version, let me know, for comparison's sake, did this change immensely? Is it the same beer? Is it a different beer? Because I feel like this is probably a different beer. So 4 out of 5, really good beer. Good start to the whole holiday theme beer month that I'm doing every Tuesday and Friday this month, along with Christmas Day and New Year's Day, which I know is in January, but we're just going to say it's part of the holiday theme month. I'm reviewing 11 beers. This is the first of 11. And yeah, I think we started off with a pretty good one to my surprise. So appreciate everybody stopping by for another beer review here on the Beer Patrol. To the next one. Cheers.